Okay. So today we will be discussing the design of singly reinforced beams. So we're done with the analysis. Now let's proceed with the design. Okay. So for the design, we are going to use the strength design method, or formerly known as ultimate strength design. So we have, remember, we have two types of design philosophy. So the USD and the ASD. USD refers to ultimate strength design. ASD is the allowable stress design. So what is the difference between the two? Just a recap. So for USD, we are using factored loads. For ASD, we are using service loads. Okay, what is factored loads? Factored loads, ito yung ginagamit natin for USD. So remember, now we have the dead load and the live loads and different types of loads na nag-access ang structure. When we say dead load, those are permanently attached to the structure, such as the self weight of the structure. Live load are moving loads tayo, non-permanent attached. We have wind load, we have earthquake loads. So those loads na makukuha natin sa chapter 2 of the NSCP will be amplified through certain factors. For example, you are only considering the dead load, no? Na dead load for your structure. So you only multiply it to 1.4. So we amplify it. So we want to design a structure na subjected to a larger load compared to an actual loads lang talaga, no? So we intensify a certain load para if ever na may tendency na hindi naman talaga yun yung load, so nadagdagan, so we have a safety factors. So parang pinapalakpan natin yung mga loads. Um, If we have a live load, so we multiply the 1.2 dead plus 1.6 live. Okay, so we add them. So if we have an earthquake load, so we have 1.2 dead plus 1.0 earthquake plus 1.0 live. Now, if we have wind loads, we have here a load combination. Pwede rin ito. Okay, so now, sabi ni Code, gagamitin daw dito yung pinaka most critical. So solve natin dito simultaneously. So we are going to check which among this will give the most critical force, stress, or moment dun sa ating beam. Okay. So, halimbawa, ano yung magbibigay ng maximum positive moment dito? Ano magbibigay ng maximum negative moment if we are analyzing a certain beam? So, that is your factored loads. So, we are going to get, since we are designing beam in terms of lecture, we are solving the factored moment, MU. So now, that mu should be always less than to the factor to the design strength. This is the moment capacity times the reduction factor. We already discussed this before, how to solve the capacity of a certain section given the number of free bars. Okay, so we have different reduction factors. So for NSCP 2015, ito na yung mga updated. Dati ito yung reduction factors. For the ultimate strength design, for example, we have here an actual load of 100 kilonewton. So, pag nagde-design tayo, we amplify this into a certain factors. Let's say, magiging 160 siya. Now, if we have a capacity naman, ang ginagawa natin doon is we reduce the actual capacity. For example, ang actual capacity natin is 100 kilonewton meter. So, we reduced it to a certain value. For example, magiging 90 na lang siya. Okay? Magiging 90 na lang yung capacity niya. So, how do we design? So, we are going to use the same principle that we've used from the analysis. So, ito pa rin yung stress strain diagram natin na gagamitin natin. So, walang pinagkaiba. Okay. Pero, nung nag-analyze tayo, so we encountered three types of classification ng sections. As the strain increases, nagbabago yung classification. So, ano-ano nga yung tatlong classification of the beam? So, meron tayong compression. These are the values of strain, that's increasing going to the right. So, we have compression control section. So, we have transition. And then we have tension control section. Okay. So, may mga limits sila, di ba? So the limit between the tension and transition is 0.005. Ito naman is the yielding strain, EY. So we found out, no, we discussed last time that the reduction factor at tension is 0.9, at compression control is 0.65. For transition, we use linear interpolation. Okay? So obviously, ang pinakamagandang reduction factor dito is 0.9 kasi the section only reduced by 10%. So 0.9. And maganda to tension control section. Dahil we found out or we discussed last time na tension control section, unang nag-fail yung steel dahil ang taas ng strain niya before the concrete fails. So if we are going to examine the cross section under tension control section, so nag-yield yung bakal, mataas yung deformation, bago magkaroon ng cracks sa ating compression side. So that is tension control. So therefore, pag magde-design tayo class, gusto natin itong tension control section. Okay, so once we design, we always want it to make in tension control section. Okay, so para ma-make sure natin na magiging tension control section itong ating area of steel bars. Before we solve the area of steel bars, we have to make sure first that our A and masosolve natin na C, then your strain here must be greater than to 0.005. If not, kasi let's look at the relationship, no, of the variable here. So if we're going to look at the relationship, kapag yung A mataas, pag mataas yung moment, tataas yung A. Pag mataas yung A, tataas yung C kasi A is equal to beta C. Okay. Now, pag mataas yung C, ito fixed to na 0.003. So, ang mangyayari dyan, mataas yung C, yung strain mo dito bababa. Yung 80. So, moment, okay, is inversely proportional. Okay. So, that is inversely proportional with the strain. Mataas yung moment, bababa yung strain. Okay. So, bakit bumababa yung strain pag tumataas yung moment? Kasi required kang mataas yung moment. So, from moment equation, tension times D minus A over 2. Ayan. ASFY. Okay. So, pag mataas yung moment, tataasan mo yung AS. Di ba pag dumadami yung area ng steel, ano nangyayari? Bumababa yung strain natin. Kaso, ang gusto natin class, yung strain natin is always greater than 0.005 para nasa tension control section. So, kailangan mong bantayan yan. Hindi ka pwedeng bumaba sa 0.005 na strain limit natin. So, ang tawag natin dyan is strain limit. Aside from that, we can also have another relationship. No? Instead of looking at the strain, meron din tayong mga ibang parameters. So later, i-discuss natin yan kung ano yung mga parameters na yon. Instead of looking at the strain, we are going to look at some parameters. No? So, yun, babantayan lang natin tong strain na to. And if that strain is less than 0.005, may gagawin tayong solution para pumasok ulit siya sa greater than 0.005. Okay. So, let's try to solve this problem. We have 250 by 450 rectangular beam section shown are used to carry the following service loads. The compressive strength of concrete is 28 megapascal and Fy is 415, stirrups diameter is 10 millimeter, and concrete cover is 40 millimeter. Design the necessary number of bars for the entire span AB and BC. So we have here service loads of 25 kilonewton per meter and 30 kilonewton per meter. Pag sinabing service loads, those are unfactored. So again, we have to factor first our loads before we calculate the critical moments of this section. We have to calculate the moments kasi i-design natin yung bakal based on the values of moments, critical moments. So these are at service loads. Sinabi naman sa problem, dead load service, live load service. So we have to factor it with certain factors. So if you have dead load and live load, usually ang ginagamit dyan na load combination is the 1.4 if you only consider dead load and you have 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 of your live load. For example, we will only use 1.4 dead load for this load case or for this service loads. So let's solve the value of the factored uniformly distributed load. So if a factor natin sila. So 1.4 times 25. So we have 1.4 times 25. That is equal to 35. So this is will be your factored load now will be 35 kilonewton per meter. Okay. If we are going to use this factored load combination, so we have um 1.2 of dead load plus 1.6 of live load. Yung kanina, ang lumabas is 35 no, kilonewton per meter. But if we are going to use this load combination, 1.2 of dead load plus 1.6 of live load, ito yung lalabas. So kanina, 35. Pag 1.4 dead load, kapag ka this load combination ang ginamit, mas malaki siya. So according to code, gamitin natin yung mas malaking factored load natin. Kasi ito yung magbibigay ng mas malaking moment. Okay, so this will be our load for this span AB. Now for span BC, usually naman kasi nag-govern lagi class yung 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 live load. Bihira lang mag-govern tong 1.4 dead na yan. Lagi ito yung nag-govern. Okay, kailan mangyayari na mas taas tong 1.4 dead versus dito? Kapag sobrang layo ng difference nila ng dead load sa live load. Sobrang laki nito. Okay? So, compared sa live load. So far, mag-govern pa rin dito sa load case natin or sa mga service loads, sa load case natin, itong combination na to. So, pag inad natin sila with certain factors, so we have for 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 of 35, so this is 78 and this is 92. Ito na yung mga loads natin acting on our span AB and span BC. Okay. So we have to solve the maximum moments of this beam sa supports and somewhere in the midspan. Not literally na gitna ng 4 meters, not literally na gitna ng 6 meters. We have to design this beam separately. Pag i-design natin, iba tong beam na to, iba yung magiging reinforcement ng kabilang beam kasi magkaiba sila ng loadings, magkaiba sila ng span. Pero pag i-analyze natin yan using structural analysis, we have to solve the critical values of moments. So obviously, nasa supports yan and somewhere in the midspan, na may positive bending. So this is statically indeterminate. Okay, from your structural theory, you can only solve a beam using equilibrium equation if you have only 3 unknowns, di ba? Halimbawa, we have simply supported beam. This is statically determinate. The degree of indeterminacy is equal to 0. We can use equilibrium equation, summing forces vertical, horizontal, summing moment, and determining the reaction. Aside from a simply supported beam, we can also have, if we have a cantilever that is statically determinate, degree of indeterminacy is equal to 0. We can use equilibrium equation to solve the reactions and the moments nito. Okay, however, if we have a lot of unknowns, kasi ilan ba unknowns na ito? 2 for hinge, 1 for roller, ito, 3 lahat to. Vertical, horizontal, and moment. So, pag tatlo yung unknowns mo lang sa isang given structure, so that is the statically determinate. However, if we have a numerous values of reactions or unknowns, katulad nito, 7 unknowns, this is statically indeterminate. So what is the degree of indeterminacy? Yung susobra sa tatlo. So the degree of indeterminacy nito is equal to 4. Statically indeterminate to the 4th degree. Okay? So 4th degree na yung statically indeterminacy nito. So we cannot use only by just using only equilibrium equation, kahit anong paikot-ikot mo pa sa summing moment dyan, walang mangyayari, class, wala kang masusolve. Anong gagamitin natin? So we are going to use some of the um, compatibility equation, deflection equations, double integration, conjugate beam. So maraming tinuro sa theory of structures na pag-solve ng reactions ng indeterminate beam. Mas madali. Actually, mas madali dito is moment distribution method or slope deflection. Kung meron kayong matrix structural analysis, maganda rin yun gamitin. Okay? Pero dito, kung since fix yan, sobrang dalang naman si nataan na nagtuturo na ngayon sa TOS ng matrix. So I guess naman, naturo naman sa inyo yung moment distribution or tree moment or slope deflection. The best dito, class, ay gamitin yung tree moment equation pag fix. Okay, so hindi ko napapakita yung complete solution for tree moment equation because that is under structural theory part. So ito na yung mga maximum moments. Pinakita ko na lang dito. Try to recall na lang those moment distribution method or any method na magkakapag-solve ng moments nito because that is very important, no? Before you design, you have to make sure your moments are correct. Especially the moment at the support kasi yun yung matataas, negative bending moments, and moment at somewhere in the midspan. Not literally na gitna talaga ng 4, yung maximum moment neto, positive, nakita doon sa midspan. Nakita doon sa 1.504, which is the location of point of zero shear also. Diba sa maximum moment, andun yung point of zero shear. Ganon din dito. Okay, may point of zero shear dyan, andyan yung maximum positive bending moment. Okay, so we have the design for positive bending moment is different from the negative bending moment. Remember, no, pag sinabing negative bending moment, sad yung beam mo dyan. Pag positive, happy. Sa support, sad ulit. This is the exaggerated deflected shape of the beam. So, ibig sabihin, iba-iba yung location ng tension bars na ito-drawing natin. For negative bending moment, nasaan nga ilalagay yung tension bars? For negative, dahil sa diyan, sa taas natin ilalagay yung tension bars. For the positive bending moment, okay, ilalagay natin yung class sa bottom, yung tension bars. Okay? So, it is really important to take note of the sign of your bending moment. Is it positive or negative bending moment? Kasi ito yung mag-indicate ng location ng bakal natin. So, i-design natin tong buong beam na to, class. So, we identify the number of bars required for negative 52.4 kilonewton meter of movement. So, we have this dimension of beam, 250 by 450. Okay? So, ito yon. So, for negative bending moment, ang gagamitin pala natin ditong Fy is 415, Fc prime is 28, diameter of the stirrups is 10, and concrete cover is 40 millimeters. And then, 20 mm pala ang gagamitin na main reinforcement. Okay, ito yung i-design natin moment, 52.4. So, negative bending moment yan na, kaya yung ma-design natin na tension bars, nasa taas. Okay, so i-drawing lang muna natin yung magiging stress strain diagram. Sir, ilang layer pala ng bakal pag magde-design tayo? So, as much as possible, we design one layer. One layer lang bakal doon sa extreme. Kasi pag nasa extreme yan, mataas yung magiging lever arm natin ng moment. Mataas yung lever arm, mataas yung moment capacity. Kasi pag nasusolve tayo ng moment, force times distance, no? Mataas yung distance of the tension bars to the extreme compression, mataas yung capacity. Kaya one layer lang pag magde-design tayo. As much as possible, pagkasyahan natin sa one layer. Okay, so i-assume natin na one layer lang, D is just equal to your D sub T. Okay, so let's solve the D, the effective depth. You have to reduce the total depth, the 450, by the concrete cover, stirrups, and the diameter of the main bar. So we're going to use 20 mm main bar over 2. So the diameter is 390 millimeter. We also need here the beta to be used later for the calculation. So the beta, yung beta sa A is equal to beta C. Diba that is dependent on the value of your FC prime. Okay, so if FC prime is 28 or less hanggang 17, so beta is 0.85. Pero pag yung beta natin, where FC prime is greater than 28 but less than 55, so may formula yung beta natin. So far naman, 28 lang yung ating FC prime. So the beta is 0.85. Okay. So, drawing natin strain diagram. So, baka mabaliktad nyo yung value ng mga strain, ha. Okay, again, sa extreme compression, this is your neutral axis, the extreme compression, the maximum strain allowed by the code is 0.003. So ito yung extreme tension layer natin, 80. Equal din to sa ES, the strain sa centroid of reinforcement. Okay, so pangalanan lang natin siyang 80. This is the distance of the neutral axis to the extreme compression. Okay, so let's draw naman yung stress diagram. So the stress is uniformly acting uniform na siya, no, rectangular stress block. So at the depth of compression block, so mayroon tayong compression block dito. Diyan nag-a-act yung uniform stress na yan. So dito naman yung tension force is acting on the centroid of your reinforcement. And then at the mid height of A, the compression force is acting. So the compression force is the uniform stress, 0.85 FC prime, yung height nito, times the area of your compression block. So the area of compression block is this one. Okay, so we have A times, so this is A times B. That is stress, 0.85 FC prime. Ito yung uniform stress times the area of compression block. Okay, and then the tension force is, anyway, since we are designing pala, no? If you want to design, ang pinakamagandang design class is you always want the steel to be in yielding. Kasi yung strain nga sobrang taas eh. Mas mataas siya sa 0.005. So automatically, yung steel natin nag-yield. Hindi na siya ASFS. 'Di ba sa analysis ASFS to? Is i-assume natin na mag-yield. Dito hindi. Gusto nating mag-yield to. Hindi to ina-assume. We want it to be in yielding kasi mataas yung ET natin eh. Okay. Greater than 0.005. Okay. So the distance between the two forces, ASFY lagi to ha, yung tension force for the design. The distance between two forces is B minus A over 2. Okay. And then it will generate a bending moment. Okay, nominal moment, ilalagay natin ng capacity, i-equate natin dito. Okay, so let's use first the moment equation. Okay, and then, so anong moment equation gagawin? Ang goal natin dito, ang pinaka-goal is to solve the area of steel. Ngayon, kung may moment ka, i-equate mo lang dito. Phi mn, no? Hindi pwedeng i-equate yung nominal doon sa mu, ha? So, dapat mayroon laging reduction factor. Okay. So, ngayon, meron kang mu. So, yun na yung magiging capacity natin. So, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin si tension muna. Tapos, tension, force times distance is equal to moment. Kasi pag nag-force times distance ka, dalawa yung unknown natin. Itong force na tension times distance, dalawa yung unknown. You don't have the value of A, you don't have the value of AS. So, ano yung moment natin? Yung compression force. Force times distance. So, ang force natin, 0.85 FC prime AB, and then the distance is D minus A over 2. So, ito yung moment natin. Yan. 0.85 FC prime AB times the distance, D minus A over 2. And then, reduction factor class, ha? Always use 0.9 kasi we want the design to be in tension control section. Gusto natin ganun yung design natin. Tension control section. Okay. So, ako lang ba nagsasabi nun na gusto natin yung design tension control section? Hindi, ano, yan din yung sinasabi ng international code. So, let me open the ECI 318. Okay. So, sabi ni code, ECI 318-19 is the reference of the NSCP 2000. Ito, open natin. Okay. So, kung titingnan natin dito class, reinforcement details, and then, ano pala? 409 pala, section 409. Design limits. So, sa design limits, design limits. Ayan. Saan na yun? 0.3. 0.3. 903.3. Okay, so, bakit nagkalag? 903.3.3. Saan na yun? 0.3. Babae. Paano kayo bababa? Okay, ito. Yan. Non-pre-stress beams. Ito sinasabi niyan. Reinforcement strain limit in non-pre-stress beam or reinforced concrete. For non-pre-stress beam with PU less than or equal to 0.10 FC prime area ng gross shall be in tension controlled. Okay. So, gusto natin, pag nagde-design tayo, tension controlled yan. Okay. Pero, ano sabi ng NSCP? Sabi ng NSCP 2015, okay. Ang reference kasi ng NSCP 2015 class, sobrang luma na 2010 pa na ACI. Okay. So, si ACI, sa NSCP naman, dito sa section 509, 409 pala. Ang chapter 4 ng NSCP, yan. Yan ay galing dito. Lahat ng nakasulat dito, class. Lahat na nakasulat dito sa ACI, nasa chapter 4 ng NSCP. Okay. So, ito yung chapter 4 ng NECP class, ACI 318. Pero, ang 2015, ACI 318-10 pa. -10 na ACI 318-10. Eh ngayon, ano bang latest na ng ACI? 2025. Okay, ACI, meron na nga yung ACI 318. 318-25. Ito yung pinaka-latest na ACI. Yan. 318-25. Eh, bakit natin ginamit tong 19? Halos wala namang pinagkaiba yung 25 tsaka 19. Yung 19 kasi, yun yung magiging reference na NSCP 2024 yung lalabas. 2024 na yung pangalan eh. Tapos nasa ACI 2019 yung reference niya. So ito, siguro hindi natin alam, baka NSCP 2013 na yun bago magamit to. So ngayon, ito kasi luma na kasi yung code na to eh. 2010 pa ng ACI. Basahin lang natin yung equivalent ng 409. Okay, ito. Pag sinabing 409 class, sa kabila, sa ACI, siya ay 9, chapter 9. Pag 408, chapter 8. Tapos kung paano yung pagkakasunod-sunod dito, kung ano yung nakasulat dito, yun din yung nakasulat sa ACI. Halimbawa, 409.2.1. Sa ACI, 9.2.1 materials. Okay. So sa ACI, 9.2.1 materials. So, 9.2.1. Ayan o, materials din. Observe nyo na. 9.2.1 materials. So, ganun lang class magbasa ng ACI para hindi kayo mahirapang hanapin sa NSCP yung code. Kasi yung NSCP, yung ACI, meron siyang PDF file na pinaprovide eh. Si code. Sa NSCP wala eh. Kailangan mo bumilihin yung libro na to tapos picturean mo. So, mahirap. Lalagyan mo pa siya ng ng mga, ito, tawag dito, bookmark. Eh, sa ACI, libre lang naman to guys. Sa ACI makuha. Kaya, doon ka na lang mag-search. Parehas lang naman ng content, no? Ngayon, may konting discrepancy lang ha. Katulad nito, compare natin class yung okay. Yung 409.3.3. Yung design limits. Ito. Sa design limits niya class, dito, ayan. Tingnan nyo yung pinagkaiba. ET shall be at least 0.004. Eh di ba, pasok yan sa transition. So sa code ng 2015 ngayon, pinapayagan niya, okay, pinapayagan niyang mag-transition. Anong disadvantage niyon pag nasa transition? Lumang code kasi ito 2015 na NSCP. Okay. Pag nasa transition ka, ito yung strain mo na 0.004. Tension control limit 0.005. Pag nasa transition ka, di ba bumababa yung reduction factor? Okay. Aside from that, meron pa yung isang impact. Okay. Pag sobrang baba ng strain mo, ibig sabihin marami kang bakal na ginagamit. Pag mas mababa yung strain mo, maraming bakal yan. Mas magastos yan, glass. Okay? Mas magastos yung tension, pag nasa transition ka. Kaya, ngayon, binago na ng code, sabi ni code, nire-require na tayo na dapat pag magde-design ka, tension control lagi. Okay? Yun yung sinabi ni code. Pag magde-design tayo, dapat laging tension control. Okay? So, kaya, laging 0.9 ang reduction factor. So, kung may mga reference book man kayong makita, guys, so, na ano, tama naman yun. They still follows the 0.004 NSCP 2015. Ang disadvantage lang nun, mas maraming bakal ang i-require mo. Okay, compared doon sa design na 0.005. Mas more economical kasi to, yung tension control. Okay, kaya dito tayo mag-focus class, no? Kaya nga sa design, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, sa design, maraming sagot dyan. Depende kung ano yung code na gagamitin mo. No? At saka kahit parehas tayo ng code na ginagamit, maraming ano yan, no? Maraming parang choices, option. Oh, marami kang option lagi. So ito dito, usapan natin, ang reduction factor natin, 0.9. Magde-design tayo, tension control. We have to follow, no, yung dito lang, hindi ito i-follow natin, hindi 2015. Ito na lang, no? Kasi mas maganda tong design na to eh. Yung strain na 0.005, yung limit natin, or tension control limit. Okay, so 9.3 for the design limits. Ito susundin natin, class. Okay, ayan. Shall be in tension control section. Okay, so yun. Going back, so kaya 0.9 ang reduction factor natin na hindi lang natin yan gusto dahil aside from maganda siya na design limit yan ni provisions. Now, dapat yung capacity natin must be just equal to the MU. So, substitute lang natin yan. 52.4 times 10 raised to 6. Bakit 9 times 10 raised to 6? Para maging Newton millimeters. Okay, Newton mm siya. Kasi itong right side of your equation is naka-Newton mm. 0.85 FC prime, 28. 28 FC prime. A is unknown. B is 250. D minus A over 2. So, you can now solve the value of A. You store this value. And then, you are now going to check if your strain is more than 0.005. Okay. So, check mo yung strain mo. Next step mo dyan. You solve the C. Okay, A over beta. Diba? So, ang masasolve mo C dyan is, okay, solve natin yung C. A over beta. So, C is 30. 30.534. Ngayon, check natin yung strain 80. So, by ratio and proportion, 80 over, ilan ba to? This is dt minus C. Okay, so 80 over dt minus C is proportion to, okay, is proportion to 0.003 over C, 0.003 over C. So, ang masasolve natin 80 dyan, so let's solve the value of 80. So, 0.003 times dt. dt is same with d kasi one layer lang to. So, minus c. Minus c. C natin is c, anong c? Yan, 30.534 over c na 30.534. So the value of strain here is equal to 0.0353. Okay. Which is greater than doon sa limit ng code, minimum strain, no? Sabi ni code 0.005 para tension control limit. That is the minimum strain. So far, good naman tayo. Okay, if we follow the standard 0.9. Okay, so with that, pwede ka na mag-C is equal to T. Okay, so okay na yung value mo ng A, guys. Mag 0.85 FC prime AB ka na is equal to AS FY. Masosolve mo na si AS gamit yung A na nasolve mo. Okay. Now, pwedeng hindi ganito yung pang-check mo. Para hindi ka na mag-strain, guys, mag-set tayo ng ibang limit. Mas shortcut na lang, no? Instead of checking the strain, why not? We have a limit for C. Okay, drawing ko dito strain diagram. So, kung ililimit natin to, si 0.005 na 80, magkakaroon din tayo ng limit kung ito yung magiging 80 minimum natin kasi hindi tayo pwedeng bumaba dito eh. Pag bumaba tayo dyan, magta-transition. So, magkakaroon tayo ng limit sa C. So, anong limit na to? Minimum ba to? Hindi, maximum yan. So, this is 0.003. So, we will have a maximum limit of C. Bakit siya maximum? Kasi nga, di ba, pag tumataas ng tumataas yung ating C, ito kasi fixed to na 0.003. Okay, pag tinaasan natin yung C, dito yung neutral axis. So, tingnan nyo, lumiliit yung 80. Okay, ito na lang yung 80 pag mataas yung C, neutral axis. So, ang magiging tawag natin doon is maximum C value. So, dapat yung masosolve natin na C dito, hindi lalampas ng maximum value based on the minimum strain. So, instead of checking the strains, we are going to check the neutral axis na lang. So, derive natin yung formula na yan. Okay, so deriving the formula, so how do we derive that? So, Cmax, this triangle, Cmax over 0.003 is proportion to, so consider natin itong malaking triangle na to. Okay. Itong malaking triangle na yan, this is proportion to smaller triangle. Yung base natin dito, okay, yan, is 0.003 plus, anong portion na ito? ET, 003. ET, 0.005. No? 0.003 plus 0.005. Anong height na ito? Tandaan nyo, yung ET class, nasa katapat lagi yan ni DT. So, this is DT. Okay? So, ngayon, C max is just 0.003 over 0.003 plus 0.005. If we are going to simplify that, that is just 3 over 8 of your DT. So, ibig sabihin, pag lumalampas yung C natin dyan, yung strain natin, dumiliit sa 0.005. Pag lumalampas yung C natin sa 3 over 8 dt, yung strain natin, lumalampas sa 0.005. Bumababa. Okay, balik tayo dun sa value ng moment. Kapag yung moment natin, mataas, okay, tataas yung A, tataas yung C. Pag sobrang taas ng moment na to guys, lalampas yan dun sa Cmax. Kasi ito wala naman siyang ibang reference kundi the value of dt. Okay, so wala tayong magagawa na lumaki talaga yung C na yan. If we have a large value of moment, lalaki at lalaki yung C versus C max. Liliit at liliit yung strain versus the minimum strain. Okay, pag mataas yung MU kasi, magre-require na mataas na area. So, anong gagawin natin para pumasok ulit sa tension control? Okay, pag yun yung nangyari na case class, ipipilit natin yan pumasok sa tension control. Paano? Okay. Once nakita natin class na if ever man na makita natin na yung C actual is greater than C max, 'di ba? Papasok na 'yan sa transition. Okay? Pero hindi natin itutuloy 'yan. Huwag mong ituloy yung pag-design. Bakit? Anong gagawin mo? Magdadagdag ka ngayon ng forces. So doon na papasok class C doble reinforced beam. Magdadagdag ka na ng mga forces dito. Magdadagdag ka ng additional force dyan. Magdadagdag ka ng additional force dito. So, magka-create ka ng another moment. PRB. So, aside from checking ito, aside from chine-check natin na nasa tension control section tayo, chine-check din natin kung ano yung magiging design natin. Okay. Kapag nasatisfy natin to, yung ET is greater than ET min, or yung C is less than C max, okay, tension control ka. At the same time, singly reinforced ka. Ngayon, kapag nakita mo na yung C is greater than C max, okay, you have to make additional forces here by adding reinforcement and then ang design mo na doble. Okay, doon na papasok si doble, guys. Dahil mataas yung moment. Okay? Taas yung moment eh. Wala na tayong magagawa eh. Tataas ang moment yan kung malaki yung, mahaba yung beam. Maraming load. Mataas moment nun. So, yun yung reference natin ha. Pwede mo i-compare yung ET or yung C. Marami pang reference kung pag-compare eh. Kung ano pa yung i-compare natin. Mamaya discuss ko. Pwede nyo i-compare. Pero isa pa lang yun sa mga solution na pwede nyo gawin. So, yun na lang gagawin ko dito, class. Yung C na lang. So, check if SRB or DRB. Yun yung pangalan ng procedure na to. Aside from chine-check natin kung nasa tension control siya, chine-check natin kung ano yung design procedure natin. So, isosolve natin yung actual C. Okay. So, actual C natin is 30.534 from this A. Ayan. So, 8 over 0.85. Ayan. Ngayon, solve na yung C max. Instead ng strain tayo, no? Pwede naman, kayong bahala. Pwede mag-strain check kayo or yung C max compared to C. Wala namang kaso yun. So, ito, makuha natin dito. 3 over 8 ng DT. Wala na tayong DT kasi 1 layer lang to. So, this is 146.25. So far naman, sobrang lait na ng C natin. Layo pa doon sa limit natin ng 146. Maliit lang kasi itong moment na to, guys. So, tension control siya. Okay, so far, dahil sa forces na to, tension control na siya. Okay, pero if ever na yung C natin ay greater than sa C max, di ba, hindi na tension control yun kasi ang mangyayari doon, yung strain natin less than 0.005. Bawal yun, sabi ni code. So, anong gagawin mo? Magdadagdag ka nga ng forces. Magdodoble ka na. So, if C is greater than C max, DRB na ang pang-design mo. Hindi na ganito yung stress diagram mo, madadagdagan niya ng forces. May dadagdag tayong force dyan. Okay, so far naman, tama naman yan. So, ito pa rin yung diagram natin. Walang magbabago. Okay, continue na natin. So, mag-equilibrium na tayo. Ang goal natin is to solve the AS. We confirm that your A is confirming to tension control na value ng A. Okay, so with that, mag-C is equal to T ka. So, 0.85 FC prime AB, ASFY, masosolve mo si A. Okay, so ito yung A natin, AS rather. May A ka na dito eh. Masosolve mo si AS, area ng steel. So this is the required area of steel based on the value of moment. Mataas yung moment, mas magre-require ng mataas na area yan ha, kasi tingnan mo yung moment, yung diagram natin, force times distance is moment. Mataas na moment, mataas na area ng steel. Okay. So, ngayon, hindi pa to yung sagot natin. Kasi sabi ni code, yung area na yan should always greater than to the minimum provided by the code. Eh, sir, di ba mas maganda onti yung bakal? Kasi onti yung bakal, mas mababa yung strain. Mas tumataas yung strain pala. Onti yung bakal, tumataas yung strain. Inversely proportional sila. Okay. Onti yung bakal, mataas yung strain. Mas nababatak sila. Ibig sabihin, sir, maganda pala kung so 1 na lang to, no? 1 na lang yung value nito para batak na batak yung bakal natin. Hindi naman ganun. Meron kasing sinasabi na minimum C code. Okay, ito yon. Hindi ka pwedeng bumaba dito. Kasi wala ka ng bakal kung ganun, no? So may minimum area C code. Minimum area of flexural reinforcement shall be provided at every section. Kada cut mo ng section, kahit saan ka tumingin, hindi lang sa positive, hindi lang sa negative support, or sa negative, hindi lang sa support, hindi lang sa midspan, kahit saan cross-section of the beam, dapat meron kang minimum steel area. Ano yun? AS mean shall be the greater, yung mas malaki daw sa dalawa. Okay. So, shall be the greater of the two. So, ito yung na-solve natin. Dapat hindi siya bababa doon sa minimum required by the code. So, yung dalawang formula na yun. Okay, ano yung dalawang formula? 1.4 Fy over BWD, 0.25 squared. So, root of FC prime Fy times BWD. Substitute mo lang yan, class. BW is 250, D is 390, So, ito makuha mo dyan, 328.917. Ito naman, 310.796. So, sino daw yung gagamitin natin as minimum steel area? Sabi ni Code, yung mas malaki sa kanila, yung greater value. So far, ito yung minimum natin, 328. Yung nakuha nating required from the given moment, dapat hindi siya bababa doon sa minimum. So far naman, mas mataas siya sa minimum. Okay. Ito yung naging minimum kasi mas malaki siya sa 310. So, mas malaki siya. Or technically, ganito na lang tandaan mo. From these three values of areas, piliin mo na lang yung pinaka malaki. Okay. So far, ito yung pinakamalaki na area natin. Ito yung gagamitin natin to calculate the number of reinforcement. We're now going to calculate the number of bars. Okay. So, how do we calculate the number of bars? Eh, di yung AS, i-divide mo lang sa isang area ng bakal, sa isang bilog. Okay, yun na yung bilang ng bakal natin. Isang area ng bilog, so 20 mm in diameter. So, we have the AS, 372, over the area of individual bars, 20 millimeter diameter of bars. So, with this, we have 1.184. Wala naman tayong 1.184 na bakal. Ito lang pala yung kailangan ng 50.4. Okay. Wala tayong 1.184 na bakal, guys. Sir, ang sagot ba round 1, 1.0? Remember, as per code, capacity must be always greater than or equal to mu. Ngayon, kapag ginawa natin tong 1, kasi nag-round down ka, yung AS mo bababa. Okay, kung mababa na yung AS mo, pag nag-moment ka dyan, bababa na yung capacity. Mangyayari, capacity now is less than mu. Bawal yun. So, you always round up para yung capacity mo ngayon, di ba, originally, in-equate mo eh. In-equate mo yung capacity doon sa factored moment natin. In-equate mo sila. Ngayon, kung magra-round up ka, mangyayari dyan, mas malaki na yung capacity versus the factored moment. Ito yung kakalabasan yan. Kahit ang sagot mo class 1.001, ang sagot mo lagi, round up. No? Kahit sobrang liit na lang nito. Kasi pag binaba mo yun sa 1, mangyayari dyan, liliit na siya compared doon sa factored movement. So, lagi tayong round up, guys. Okay, so that will be our final access. We just need 2 pieces of reinforcement for this required moment. Okay. Is that the final, yeah, that's the final answer of number of bars. Pero we have to check. Baka kasi hindi kasya yung 2 piraso. Pero obvious naman na kasya yan sa, no, sa beam natin. So, pag nilalagay tayo ng bakal class, ganyan, no, doon lagi sa may corner, kung dalawa lang. So, ang required na lagi nating minimeasure yung distance na yun. Baka kasi sobrang dikit nila sa isa't isa. Hindi mo pwedeng pagtabihin yung bakal kasi dapat may spacing sila. May required minimum spacing yan, sabi ni code. So check natin yung actual spacing. And then i-compare natin doon sa minimum spacing required by the code. Okay. So paano natin solve yan? Check mo lang yung total dimension nito. Diba? So, ang total dimension niyan, class, is 250. Ano yung magko-compose sa 250? We have 2 concrete covers. We have 2 stirrups. We have 2 diameter of bars. And 1 spacing. Pwede masusolve mo yung spacing. We have 2 cover. We have 2 diameter of stirrups. We have 2 pieces of bars. Kung ilan yung bakal mo, minus 1 yung spacing. Isang spacing. Okay. So, yan. Isa na lang spacing. Dalawa yung bakal. Mas-solve natin yung S dito. So, kung check mo lang yung distance ng line na to kung ano yung nagko-compose sa kanya, no? 2 concrete cover, 2 stirrups, bilang ng bakal, at saka yung spacing dyan. So, masasolve mo yung actual spacing of the reinforcement. Okay, bakit natin chine-check yan? Kasi sabi ni code, sabi dito sa NSCP 2015, okay, parehas lang naman to ng sinasabi sa ECI. So, reinforcement details sa 425, meron tinatawag na minimum spacing reinforcement. Okay. So, sabi ni code, ang minimum spacing daw, at least, minimum yun, pag sinabing at least, the greatest, at least, the greatest. Yung minimum mo daw ay yung pinakamalaki sa tatlong ito. 50 mm, dB, tsaka 4/3 diameter of aggregates. Kung may PDF copy kayo ng NSCP 2015 na ito, yung mga nakita nyo sa internet ay first printing yon. Mali yung pagkakaprint netong 50 mm. Sa second printing, tinama nila to. So, meron kasing first printing at saka second printing ng NSCP 2015. Nirelease yun nung 2020 ata, 2019. Ganun. Parang bago mag-COVID na release yung NECP 2015 second printing. Tinama na nila to. Mali kasi to guys. It should be 25 millimeter. Kung i-confirm natin yan dito sa chapter 25, kasi 425 siya sa kabila, no? Chapter 25, sa minimum spacing, ayan siya. Minimum spacing of reinforcement shall be the greatest of 25 millimeter diameter of bars and 4/3 diameter of the aggregates. Yung pinakamalaki daw sa tatlo. Sir, what if hindi ko alam yung diameter of the aggregates to be used? Obviously, you're the structural engineer. Minsan, hindi mo alam yung ginagamit na aggregates sa pagtimpla kasi yung nilalagay mo lang naman doon is the strength of the concrete, FC prime. Sa general notes, minsan hindi na nilalagay yung diameter ng aggregates kung anong gagamitin. Depende kasi sa supplier yon. So, wala kang control doon sa diameter na aggregates. You do not know. So, kaya pag nagsosolve ka, yung dalawa na lang i-compare. The 25 diameter of 25 millimeters compared it to the diameter of the reinforcement to be used as tension reinforcement. Yun na lang dalawa i-compare natin. Kung sino mas malaki doon, so sa case natin, we have, again, sabi ni code 25 or the diameter of the bar, whichever higher. Obviously, 25 is higher. Ito yung magiging minimum natin. Hindi na natin sinama si 4/3 diameter of the aggregates kasi wala naman tayong information kung anong gagamitin doon during the construction. Kaya ito na lang dalawa. So, ang minimum natin, 25. Ang actual is 100. So far, kasya naman yung dalawang bakal. Dapat magkasya dapat magkasya yung dalawang bakal sa isang layer. Ayan. So, S is greater than minimum. So, 2 bars will fit in a single layer. So this is our answer. 2 pieces sa single layer. Ang design class is just a procedural. So analysis is also procedural. If you start with, sa analysis dito tayo nag-start C is equal to T, natapos tayo dito sa moment. Baliktad naman sa design. Nag-start ka sa moment, actually, almost tapos ka na dito kasi may ES ka na eh. Natapos ka sa C is equal to T. Baliktad sila. Okay. And wala na tong, ibang case. Sa analysis kasi, di ba, meron ka pang tension, meron ka pang yielding, does not yield, tsaka yielding ng steel. No, dito, always yielding steel dito, class. Kasi kinokontrol natin yung reduction factor eh. Gusto natin tension control. At ang tension control, laging yielding yan. No, mula transition hanggang tension control for a single layer of reinforcement, laging yielding yun. Okay? Ito pa rin yung process natin kung paano yung hitsura na itong design natin. Yun pa rin yung magiging design procedure natin for other dito na moments. For example, ito yung next natin, 35.801. Ang baba ng moment. Okay, ang baba ng moment na to guys. So, dahil mababa yung moment, mababa yung AS niyan. Kung isa-solve mo yan, yung AS mo, mas bababa sa AS mean. Okay. So, mag-govern dyan siguro AS mean. So, ayan. Aside from that, okay. Sir, what if ang answer ko sa number of bars ay 0.0 number of bars 0.98. Sir, ang sagot ko ba is 1. Isang piraso ng bakal. Okay, hindi pinapayagan yan ni code. Hindi ka pwedeng maglagay ng isang pirasong rebar. So, tingnan natin sa 418.6 of the NSEP. So, ang 418 class is seismic provision. Dito naman sa 18 yun. So, kung titignan naman siya sa 18, okay, 0.6. Dito na lang tayo sa NSEP. Dito na lang, parehas lang naman to class. So, 18.6 or 418.6. Parehas lang yun ah. Okay, 0.6 special moment. Or 418.6.3. Sa 0.3, 0.6 na to. 418.6.3. 0.2 pa lang to. Lolo ko. Dito na nga lang tayo. 418.6.3. 0.6.3 yun. 0.6.3. Ayan. Ito class. Mababasa tayo dito. That the longitudinal reinforcement shall have at least two continuous bars, both top and bottom faces. So, kung ang sagot mo class ay 0.1, kung 1.0 piece of bar ang sagot mo, bawal yun. Kasi minimum of 2 reinforcement ang pwede. Minimum of 2 lagi. Okay? Daan yung class. So, alam ko na ang sagot, magiging sagot ilang pirasong bakal to. 2 pieces to. Ayan, 2 pieces yan. Kasi kung ito nga 2 pieces eh. So, ang lahat ng mas maliliit dyan, hindi ka pwede magkaroon ng 1 piece. So, 2 piece pa rin to. Ito, medyo marami ng bakal to. Negative moment. Pero unahin na natin tong positive moment. I-design muna natin tong positive 156.808. Yung bakal niya nasa bottom. Okay? Nasa bottom bars. So, ito yon. Kasi positive bending moment. Drawing natin, mababago ba yung procedure? Hindi naman. Nabaliktad lang naman dito, class, yung stress diagram. Ito pa rin yung cross-section natin, ha? Kasi isang biga lang to eh. Continuous beam lang to eh. Nagbago lang yung load, kaya iba yung moment. Nagbago lang yung length, kaya iba yung moment. Okay, continuous beam lang yan. Same cross-section, same FC prime, same FY, same diameter of stirrups, and then diameter of the bar. Kaya pag sinolve natin yung effective depth nito, same pa rin class kanina, 390 millimeters. Okay, beta is 0.85. Drawing natin stress strain diagram. This is 0.003. This is 80. This is the distance of the neutral axis. And this is the stress diagram at depth of compression block. So you have the compression force here, 0.85 FC prime, area ng compression block, A. And then the tension, AS. Lagi nag-yield yung FS natin. So we start with the distance between the two force, D minus A over 2. Okay, we start with moment equation. So 0.9 force, itong force na to, yung moment mo papunta dito sa tension. Wag to wag yung tension papunta doon. Yung compression, para ma-solve yung A. 0.85 compression force, 0.9, the reduction factor. Take note, pag nagde-design tayo, we always want it to be in tension control section. Thus, the reduction factor must be 0.9. Compression force times D minus A over 2. So, yung moment natin, capacity, i-equate lang natin doon sa factored moment. Pero gawin mo siyang Newton mm times 10 raised to 6. So, nasa-solve mo dito yung value ng A. Lumaki siya. Of course, mataas yung moment, lalaki yung A, lalaki yung C. Ganun yun eh, yung trend. Kanina yung na-solve natin na A, baba kasi ng moment. Ito lang siya. Habang tumataas yung moment, lalaki yung A, lalaki yung C. Pag sobrang taas na ng moment, lalampas siya dito sa Cmax. Lumampas kaya? Okay, lumampas kaya siya sa Cmax. Check natin. Kasi pag lumampas, i-DRB natin yung design. Okay. So, but 25 pa rin to. It should be ano na. Should be 84.177. Ito lalabas niya, 99. No? So, double check ko lang. So, naka-store to 84.177 over 0.85. So, we have 99, no? 0.032. So, compare natin sa Cmax. 3 over 8 of your DT. So far naman, hindi pa rin siya lumagpas. So, i-design pa rin natin siya as SRB. So, mag-equilibrium ka na, C is equal to T. Ayan. So, okay na yung nakuha nating A kasi tension control section naman to. Pag hindi guys, pag yung C natin is greater than Cmax, yung A mo, hindi pa yun yung final A natin. Okay? Kasi iba pilit natin mag-tension control yun, magdadagdag tayo ng mga forces dito. Doble yung design natin. Yun yung topic natin sa mga susunod na meeting. Okay, masasolve natin yung AS dito. Malaki yung moment, mas mataas yung AS na requirement dito. So, ang lumabas dito is 1206.881. Directly proportional sila. Mataas yung moment, mataas yung ES. So, the minimum steel area required, ito pa rin yung minimum steel area eh. Yung kanina na-solve natin na dalawa. Hindi naman nagbago yung cross-section eh. So, comparing the three, ito yung required, ito yung minimum. So far, mataas pa rin yung required steel area. Again ha, pag ito mas mababa dito, yung minimum yung mag-govern. Yun yung gagamitin dito sa pagkuha ng number of bars. If ever ha, na mataas yung AS min, siya yung substitute mo dito as the AS. Okay, so far naman mataas pa rin yung AS natin. Ayan, so 1206.881. Okay, so ayan, masosolve mo siya, 3.84 pieces of bars. Mas marami na, of course, kasi mataas yung moment eh. Mataas yung moment, maraming bakal. So far naman, tension control pa rin. Okay. 4 pieces ha, round up lagi tayo, 4 pieces. Okay, 4 pieces of bars tayo dyan. How about the arrangement? Kasya ba yan sa isang layer? Okay, check natin class kung kasya yung actual spacing nito. So, the actual horizontal spacing nito is composed of dalawang concrete cover, dalawang stirrups, apat na bakal, tatlong spacing. Isa-substitute natin sila. Okay? So, dalawang cover, 250 is composed of two concrete cover, magkabilaan. Yung straight line na to, hanapin mo lang yung magiging unknown S. Okay, tatlong S yan. Apat na piraso ng bakal. 20 mm in diameter. So we solve the S. 23.333. Ano ba yung minimum requirement ng code? So 25 and 20 mm. 25 is the constant value to, no? 20 mm is the diameter ng bar, whichever higher. So the larger value here is 25. So the minimum spacing is 25. Ano ba yung actual 23? So ano nangyari? Ang baba ng spacing natin, actual spacing. So the actual spacing is less than the minimum. Hindi siya pwede. Bakit? Ba't hindi pwede yan pala? Hindi ko nasabi kanina, no? Kasi nga, during construction, pag nagbuhos ka ng concrete, may mga gravel yun. Yung mga gravel, may sizes yun. Hindi siya lulusot dito. Ang lulusot lang dyan, yung mga cement, tsaka water. So yun nalusot dyan. So magiging ampaw yan guys, no? Kapag magkadikit masyado yan. Mas maliit siya sa minimum. Kaya we have to follow, no? Ito. Paano gagawin dyan? Hindi pantay. I mean, hindi kasya sa isang layer. 4 bars were not fit in a single layer. So use 2 layers of reinforcement. And check the capacity. So you are required to check the capacity for that. Bakit? Kasi, okay, ganito na magiging arrangement. Ito, try mo muna. Paano magiging arrangement ko yun? Okay, ganito ba? Dalawa-dalawa? Wag mo nang dalawa-dalawa. So, i-try mo. Baka naman kaya siya yung tatlong bakal sa isang layer. Kung kasya, edi pagkasyahin mo sila. Or dyan mo ilagay yung tatlong bakal. Yung isa, dito na. Pwede yan class, no? Hindi naman necessary na pantay dapat yung pagkakalagay. Hindi ganun, no? So, check natin kung kasya sila. We have 250. Meron kang dalawang concrete cover, magkabilaan. Meron kang dalawang stirrups. Meron kang tatlong bakal na 20 mm. Tapos hinahanap mo yung spacing nila. Dalawang spacing yon. Once you solve this value, ang magiging actual spacing na yung class is 45. Kapag 3 pieces yung bakal, 45 yung spacing. Pasok ba yan dun sa minimum requirement ng code? Yes, pasok siya. Ganito yung arrangement natin. Tapos solve mo yung capacity. Ano nga yung distance na itong dalawa na to? Okay, ano nga yan? Diba? 25 mm. Okay, nandito yan sa code natin. So 425, reinforcement details. Ito yun. Yung for parallel non-pieced reinforcement, okay, the bottom layer or the bottom layer with clear spacing between layers of 25 millimeter. Yun yun. So, i-place mo siya 25 mm above that layer. Okay. Analyze mo. Bakit? Kasi, nabawasan class kapag yes, nag-round up ka, tumaas yung capacity. Yan. Tumaas yung capacity niyan. Nag-round up ka eh. Ngayon, kapag binaba mo ulit yung bakal na to, bababa yung capacity. Bakit bumaba yung capacity niyan? Dahil nare-reduce yung effective depth, guys. Bumababa. Andiyan na yung effective depth. Eh, di ba yun yung main component natin sa moment? Bumababa yung effective depth niya. So, analysis part yan, class. So, try natin. Hindi ko napapakita yung full computation. Makita ko na lang sa calculator ko dito. Okay? Just to compare. So, I believe, so, yan. May calculator ako dito ng pag-solve ng capacity. Ng capacity. So, that section is 250 mm by, this is the extreme layer and this is the inner layer. So, ang sagot natin kanina is 3.84. May decimal pa to dito eh. Hindi ko na sinama kasi mag-round up din naman tayo. No, kung itong 3.84 lang ginawa ko, sakto dito yung capacity mo, 156.8. Okay. Eh, wala namang ganung bakal eh. 3.84. Bawa, 3.84. Sakto yan dito. Sakto yan dito, class. 156.8. Pero pag nag-round up ka, mas tataas yung capacity mo, obviously. Ayan, 162 na. Kaya nga nag-round up tayo, di ba? Para mas mataas dyan. Hindi pwedeng round down. Pag ni-round down mo yun, guys, late niyan, di ba? So, round up. Pero ang problema dyan, 23 yung rebar spacing, clear spacing, ang minimum 25. Bawal yan, sabi ni code. Di ba? So, ang gagawin mo? Ililipat mo yung isang bakal. Pag tatlo yung bakal mo dito, yung rebar spacing mo, pasok naman. Okay siya. So, yung isang bakal, lilipat mo dito. Okay? So, liliit. Oh, 'di ba kung apat to, 4, 0. Ilan yung capacity? 162 ah. Effective depth 390. Kung ginawa nating 31 to, bumaba yung effective depth, naging 378.8. Using Varignons, 'di ba? You know how to solve this. Using Varignons, mas solve mo yung effective depth niyan. Bumaba yung effective depth, bababa yung capacity. Okay, so that's the disadvantage. Kaya mas lalong papangit yan, class. Kung halimbawa, ginawa mong 2 pieces, tag 2 pieces, tuto yan. Diba? Pangit yun kung tag tuto yung bakal mo. Kaya as much as possible, kung kasya naman sa isang layer yung bakal mo, pagkasyahin mo. Huwag mo ilipat sa second layer. So, ilipat mo lang yung hindi nakakasya. Katulad ng ginawa natin, 3-1. Okay. So, ang final arrangement natin, 2 layers, 3 pieces doon sa extreme, 1 sa inner layer. Hindi pwede magbaliktad yan, no? Kasi pag nagbaliktad yung dalawa, baba ng capacity niyan, lalong liliit. Diba? So, dapat 3 sa extreme layer. Okay, so check nyo na lang yung capacity na ito. You try to calculate it manually. Every time that you will change the number of layers, no, from your design, always check the capacity. What if, halimbawa, nangyari, sir, I checked the capacity, and then after determining the demand, let's say ang demand dito, no? Halimbawa, ang demand dito, guys, is 160. 160 ang kilonewton meter. Kilonewton meter. Okay. So, ang demand mo is 160. Ito yung required moment, no? Tapos, edi nag-design ka 4 pieces. 4 pieces. Kaya niya naman niya. 162 yung VMN, yung required 160. Kaya naman nito. Kaso, bawal kasi hindi kasya yung bakal. So, gagawin mo ngayon, 83, 1 mo to. Hindi na kaya. Anong gagawin natin, guys? Okay. Marami kang option. Dahil hindi kasya yung 4 na bakal sa isang layer, pwede mong i-redesign to gamit ng ibang diameter of bars. I-redesign mo siya. Gamit ka ng ibang diameter ng bars. Mas malaking diameter kasi, mas magre-require siya ng konting bakal. Ganun. Or pwede naman ganito. Kung ayaw, magdagdag ka na lang manually. Halimbawa, ito. Manual mo na lang siya. Dahil hindi na kasya dito yung isa pa, dito mo na siya dadagdag. I-manual mo na lang siya. Huwag ka nang bumalik sa design. So, perform ka na lang ng analysis ulit, magdagdag ka ng +1 dito. Ayan, malakas na siya. Diba? So, ganun lang. Tension control section pa rin yan. Yun, pagkaka-design natin. Okay. So, yun. Kaya pag design class, maraming sagot eh. Depende sa designer yan kung ano gagamitin diameter ng bars. Pwede niyang baguhin yung dimension. Okay. So sa exam natin, para hanggang doon na lang tayo sa number of bars and AS. So yun lang yung tanong ko, AS or number of pieces of bars in whole number or in decimal or sa AS. Para dito kasi you have to perform pa yung capacity. May capacity naman na tayo ng mga problems. Ito for actual lang to, no? Para nakikita natin kung paano ba ginagawa sa mga bakal, bakit nagiging second layer, nagiging two layers yung arrangement. So dahil yan dito sa checking ng spacing nila. Okay? So, pag meron ulit tayong panibagong moment, actually ang nagbago lang dito class yung moment. Pag nagsalpa ka ng moment ulit dito, same procedure. Halimbawa, mag-design ulit tayo ng panibagong moment. Ito naman. Ito ay 310.4. Check natin kung ano magiging sagot. Okay. 310.4. So, ito pa rin yun. Babalitan mo lang yung equation na ito. Magiging 310.4 equal, times 10 raised to 6 times 10 raised to 3 times 10 raised to 6. Yung sa moment equation mo, babaguhin mo lang siya. Then, we have 0.9 times 0.85. 0.85. 0.85 ng FC prime. FC prime is 28. So, you solve the value of A times 250 times D minus A2. Okay, then you solve. Shift solve. You solve for A. Obviously, mataas yung MU mo. Mas mataas dapat yung A mo dyan. Siguro mga 100 to. Processing mo. Ayan, 199, no? So, store natin sa A. Okay, ang taas na. Ang taas ng moment. So, ngayon, gawin natin C. Divide natin ng 0.85. Okay, ito yung C mo. Oops, ano ba yung C-max? 146. So, ibig sabihin, i-design pala natin yung moment na 346 ng doubly. Hindi siya kaya ng singly. Kasi pag siningly mo siya, pag pinilit mo isingly yan, yung bakal mo nasa tension side lang, magta-transition yan. Pwede pa mag-compression yan. So, huwag mo ipilit na ipilit mo na i-design siya na yun lang yung forces na nakikita mo. So, magdadagdag tayo dito class ng mga forces. Okay. So, probably yun. Same procedure lahat, no? Hindi ko napapakita yung iba na solution. Papakita ko na lang yung final answer. Kasi paulit-ulit lang naman yung solution na ganun, no? Ito yung final answer natin dyan, guys. So, for different values of moment, top bars, dalawa. Ito, mid-span, bottom bars. Ganyan. Tapos, support, top bar yan. So, 6 yung sagot dito, 207. Singly pa rin to, Na-design pa rin ng singly. Ito na-design natin kanina, no? So, 6 bars yung lumabas yun. Okay. 4 bars pala, sorry. Yung isa nandito sa second layer. Ito, hindi pa natin ma-design to, guys, kasi doble. Doble yung nalaman natin tong doble. Okay. So, sabi ni code, yun, at least 2 continuous bars, top and bottom. Kahit ito lang din design class as tension reinforced, as singly reinforced rather. Kahit singly reinforced beam lang siya. Magre-required ka pa rin maglagay ng 2 pieces dyan sa bottom bars. Magre-required ka pa rin maglagay dito. Ito naman, maglagay ka. Dyan, maglagay ka. Okay, so ito, hindi natin alam kung ilan to Kasi doble na to, hindi lang dalawa yung mangyayari dito pag doble. Hindi lang dalawa top and bottom. So pag nakita ka ng mga beam guys, na may bakal na dalawa lang doon sa compression side, ito compression side, dinesign yun as SRB. Dalawa lang eh. nangyari. Na-design niya ng SRB usually. Okay. So, pag nilagay natin siya sa schedule, usually kasi hindi nakaganyan eh, naka-schedule of beams. Nakita na ba kayo ng schedule of beams? May ganito yun eh. Left support, left, mid, left, mid support, mid span, tsaka right support. Tapos may top, bottom bars, top, and then bottom bars, top, and then bottom bars. Yan. Then, halimbawa, ito si B1, B1, B1. Huwag nila gagawin natin sa schedule si B1, sa left support natin, ito siya. So, top bars, dalawa, bottom bars, dalawa. Mid span, okay. Mid span, top, dalawa, dalawa. Right support, ito yung right support kapag B1 eh. So, top is 6, pero nakaganito siya, 6. Pwedeng 3, 3. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang layer siya. Bot is dalawa. B2. So, left support, ito yung left support ito si beam 2. So, left support, 6 bars yung top. Bottom bars, dalawa. Mid span. Okay. Ito yung mid span natin. 4. 2 pieces top. 4 pieces bottom, pero 3-1 siya. Okay. And then right support, di pa natin alam yung right support. So, it's scheduled. Ganito yung schedule ng beams. Okay, pakita ko yung schedule ng beams. Sample ng schedule. Okay, ito. Schedule of beam. So, ayan. Imagine mo, 19 pieces. Ang laki kasi ng beam na to, guys. 19 pieces. Okay, of rebars, mid span, top and bottom, right support. Ayan. So, alin kaya yung mga dinesign dito as SRB? Single reinforced beam. Ito, siguro. 2 lang eh. Single reinforced lang yan. May mga makikita kang 2 dito. Halimbawa, sa support. So, hanap tayo ng mga single reinforced dito. Yes, may mga 2 piece. Ayan, single reinforced yan. May mga minimum. Ito tama pagkaka-design kasi right support. 2. Right support mas marami sa top kaysa sa bottom. Sa mid span, mas marami sa bottom kaysa sa top. Ayan. So, ayun, puro mga 2 na lang, no? Minimum. So, pagka 2 layers, ganito mo siya ipapresent. Ayan. So, ito baliktad din, no? Okay, so, possible naman magbaliktad yan, class, pag may reversal ng moments. Okay, possible yan, magbaliktad. Halimbawa, kailan nangyayari yung baliktad niya yan? Ganito yan, class. Halimbawa, um, itong sobrang taas ng live load dito. Tapos ito, normal type lang to ng load, mababa lang dito. Ang magiging moment diagram niyan, class, ang magiging bending niyan, ganito. Magbe-bend niya na pa ganyan. Tapos, inaangat niya to. Sad na siya dito. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng reversal doon sa ating, yan, possible yan. Nagkakaroon ng reversal doon sa design. Katulad na ito. Mas mataas yung sa top kaysa sa bottom bars. Mid-span to pero mas mataas yung top bars kaysa bottom bars. But usually, mas mataas yung bottom bars. Sabihin lang nun, baka nagka-reversal. Nag-reversal doon sa mid-span. Naging pa-sad siya. Okay? Naging pasad yun. Kaya nang ganun nangyari yun. So, that's how we design. No? Mas madali yung design, no? Kaysa sa analysis. I-introduce natin yung isa pang approach. Okay. So, instead of checking AS, no? Solving that AS by equilibrium. So, may introduce tayo, class, na isang approach. Pwedeng hindi ka na dumaan sa A. Okay. Diretso ka na doon sa tinatawag na Still ratio. Still ratio is just the area of AS still over the BD. Okay. Still ratio. Yung AS, di-divide mo lang ng BD. So, kailangan natin ma-relate yung strain na to doon sa steel ratio. Okay? Doon sa steel ratio natin. Gagawa tayo ng equation which relates those two. Kasi dapat may limit din to eh. Hindi pwede natin tong pag mataas yung AS, balikan natin ha. Mababa yung strain. So pag mataas to, inversely siya proportional dito. So we have to create a relationship of those two, steel ratio and the EP. So by ratio and proportion, gawa akong triangle dito. Parang ganito, katulad ng kanina. C over 0.003. Proportion siya sa dt over yung base na ito, 0.003 plus et. So ito siya. Ngayon, solve ko si steel ratio gamit ng equilibrium. C is equal to T. C is 0.85 FC prime, AB, T is ASFS. Assuming na hindi pa siya nag-yield, general formula ang gagawin natin. Yung AS, again, steel ratio is the ratio of steel over BD, not the area of the concrete, hanggang effective depth lang. Hanggang doon lang yung considered natin na concrete, hanggang effective depth. So, instead of writing A here, so we replace it by beta C. Okay, then instead of writing AS here, we replace it with rho BD. No? Rho BD. Okay, palitan natin siya ng rho BD. So, ito na siya. Palitan natin si C ng 0.003. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng relationship ng steel ratio and ET, yung strain natin. So, pwede may cancel si B dito. So, ito na yung formula natin ng steel ratio. This is the general formula for the steel ratio. Okay, so we have the relationship of ET and strain, inversely proportional. Drawing natin siya dito. Baliktarin ko lang tong ET pag ganito, yung increasing compression control, transition, tsaka tension control. So, pag ganito naman si steel ratio kasi inversely proportional nga sila. Habang lumiliit yung strain, lumalaki yung rho, steel ratio, AS over BD. So may mga limit tayo dyan. So may mga kapantayan pagdating sa steel ratio. Ang tawag natin dito is balance steel ratio. Bakit balance? Kasi nag-start na mag-yield yung bakal at the same time, nag-yield na i-stress na yung concrete at 0.003 strain. So pag may nakita kayong mga tanong na determine the balance steel ratio lang yon doon sa yielding point, sa balance condition. So if you have this formula na derive kanina, para maging balance steel ratio siya, rho balance, yung Fs, mag-start na siya mag-yield. Mula dito papunta dito, yung Fs mo is equal to Fy na. So yung Fs mo magiging Fy. Palitan mo lang to na Fy. Tapos, anong value ng strain mo? Palitan mo lang siya ng EY. Balance na yon. Balance steel ratio. Okay. Usually kasi tinatanong yan. Lalo na sa mga lumang board exam. Kasi, given yung mga balance steel ratio, pinapahanap yung maximum steel ratio. So, ano naman yung maximum steel ratio natin? Okay. Diba, meron tayong minimum strain. Ayaw nating sobrang laki ng steel ratio. Hanggang dito lang. Ito yung magiging Romax natin. At tension control limit. Okay? At tension control limit. So ngayon, kung papalitan natin to again lahat ng stress dito ay yielding na. So from your general formula ng relationship ng strain at saka steel ratio, okay, palitan mo lang to Fs, magiging Fy na, at itong ET magiging 0.005. Kaya yung tension control limit mo or maximum steel ratio natin ay magiging 3/8. Sa other book, makikita nyo dyan 3/7. Kasi NSCP 2015. No? Kaya, pero again, gagamitin nga natin tension control section. Kaya ililimit natin as our maximum steel ratio to. So, sa ibang reference book, pinapaabot pa nila ng 0.004 yung maximum steel ratio nila. Kaya, ang magiging formula doon, 3/7. Kasi sa strain galing na 0.004. Ganun siya, guys, no? Na-derive, no? So, pag nakita nyo yung libro na ganito, rho max is equal to 0.75 ng rho balance. Alam niyo, solve yung rho balance, no? Galing dito. Yan, real formula. Hindi naman nagbabago yan. So, pag nakakita kayo ng ganito, 0.75 ng raw balance na formula, maximum steel ratio. Yung mga nag-board exam nun, may mga tatlong anak na yun, guys. Kasi itong mga lima ng anak siguro yun. Kasi itong formula na to, sobrang lumang code na to. Okay. Ito na yung gagamitin natin. No? So, pinaka-latest na code, 3/8 dapat. Okay. 3/8. Yun yung Romax natin. 3/8 ng 25 FC prime beta. Ito, sobrang luma na nito. Okay. 0.75 ng raw balance. 2001 pa to na NSCP. Ang katumbas na ACI noon, 1990s pa 90s pa, something pa na ganun. Na equivalent na ACI. So yun, sobrang luma na niya. Kaya mga ganun book na kita. Anyway, so yun. So you may use as reference. Instead, kasi di ba nung nagde-design tayo kanina, ayaw natin na yung value ng C, okay, ay lumalampas sa Cmax. Okay. Ayaw natin yan kasi magdi-DRB. Dito naman, ayaw mo na yung steal ratio mo lalampas sa Romax. Dapat less than ka lagi sa Romax. Tapos di ba kanina may sinusolve tayong AS min. Okay. Ngayon naman, rho min naman siya. Paano magiging rho min yun? Balikan natin to. Di ba ito yung AS min natin? Okay. Rho is equal to AS over BD. Para maging steal ratio to, itong AS, i-divide mo lang by BD. Divided by BD. O, tanggal na to, tanggal na to. Ito na yun. Minimum steal ratio. Okay, tinanggal lang yung BWT. Okay. So, ito yung solution natin, class, kapag ginamitan ng ganong solution. So, ito yung procedure. So, effective depth, minimum steal ratio, tas maximum, dapat di ka lalampas dito. Ito, naka 3. 3/8 dapat to. No? 3/8. Mali ito, 0.01 something to 1.8. Chut. Ayan. Ayan yung lalabas na Romax. Hindi ka pwede lumampas dyan. Pag lumampas ka, TRB. Ito, nasaan mo kukunin yung actual steal ratio? Sa formula na to. Okay. Makakasolve ka ng actual steal ratio dyan. Paano yan sinolve? Paano na-derive yung formula na yan? Okay. So, na-derive yan doon sa ginagawa nating solution. So, paano ka nag-solve kanina ng moment? VMN. Okay, di ba? 0.9, 0.85, FC prime, AB, D minus A over 2. Diyan, masasolve mo sa A, di ba? Tapos anong next mo dyan? Magsi-C is equal to T ka. Pag nag-C ka, 0.85, FC prime, AB is equal to AS, FY. Ngayon, sa AS mo, gagawin mo siyang rho BD. Rho BD, FY, 0.85, FC prime, AB. So, cancel si B, cancel si B. Solve mo si A. A is equal to rho D, FY over 0.85 FC prime. Isalpak mo siya dito. Isalpak mo siya sa A na yan. So, lalabas tong formula na to. So, gumawa ka lang ng equation, guys. Out of your generic solution, yung concept-based solution. Kasi tumitingin ka lang naman sa stress strain diagram dito, di ba? Moment tsaka equilibrium. So, gumawa ka lang ng isang equation na dediretso na yung moment doon sa steal ratio. Okay. So, ngayon, compare mo siya, dapat yung steal ratio na yon mas malaki sa minimum at mas maliit sa maximum. Ayan, no? So, use raw required. Okay, pero pag mas maliit siya dito sa minimum, use minimum. Pero pag mas malaki siya sa maximum, design as DRB. So, pag nakuha mo na yung steal ratio, multiply mo na lang siya sa BD. Okay. Base ko siya. Multiply mo na lang siya sa BD. So, BD, parehas lang to ng sagot sa nakuha natin. 202 pala to. Ibang solution pala to. Ibang moment. Parehas lang isa makukuha mo pagka isa yung isa yung solution natin, no? Ito pa rin yung AS natin dyan na makukuha. Okay? So, halimbawa, hindi natin, no, yung solution kanina. Okay? Kailangan ito rin lumabas, no? 1672. Okay? Paano yung solution? Di ba kailangan yung moment 207.2, gamit lang tayo ng times 10 raised to 6, yung concept base natin. Okay, based on stress strain diagram. 0.9, moment mo siya doon sa compression, 0.85 FC prime, AB times the distance, D minus A over 2, D 390 minus X over 2. Okay, so shift solve. Okay. A natin is 116, shift store A. Apps, store. Diba? Mali. Ulit. 27.2 times 10 raised to 6 equals to 0.9 times 0.85 ng FC prime 28 AB 250 times D is 390 minus A over 2. So, solve natin. Yan pala, nasa X pala. Ayan. Tapos, yung A natin, solve natin yung C. Ayan, 137. Ayan. Tapos, pagka-solve ng C, compare sa C-max. 137, nag-greater than ba siya sa C-max? 3 over 8 ng dt. Okay, dt natin is 390. So far, 146 to. Ito, 137. So, SRB pa rin, ha? Okay, may C ka na. Mag-C is equal to T ka na. C, 0.85. FC prime. A. A. B. B natin is 250. Is equal to AS. FY or 15. Dapat parehas yun dito sa lalabas dito, guys. 1642. Shift. Solve. 116. Syntax error. Bakit? Shift. Solve. Yan, 1672. Di ba parehas? 0.605. Okay, ayun. Parehas lang sila. No? Okay. And then, same na yung susunod. Pagbilangin yung bakal, check yung AS-min. Dito, hindi ka na mag-check ng AS-min kasi nag-roaming ka na. Hindi ka na mag-check dito. So, it's up to you kung ano gusto nyo gamitin solution, guys. Marami pang mga available na solution. Pero lahat yun, derive lang yung class sa stress strain diagram. May makikita pa kayo may mga solution na Rn. May square root pa yung something. Galing lang yun dito eh. Dinerive lang yun dito. Na ito, tapos, ayun. Bahala kayo kung ano yung gusto nyong gamitin, guys. Wala namang problema sa akin yun as long as naiintindihan nyo dapat yung ginagawa nyo, yung concept behind dun sa solution, no? Ang disadvantage lang ng formula na to, hindi siya applicable sa irregular section. Yung non-rectangular yung compression block. Pero pagka ang gamit mo ay moment equation, nag-C is equal to T ka, kahit saang cross-section yun pwede. Sir, what if hindi ko alam yung formula ng Romax, tas tinanong, what is maximum steel ratio? Kung alam mo yung concept ng maximum steel ratio, kung saan siya galing, basta alam mo yung stress strain diagram, kaya mo ma-solve yung maximum steel ratio. Okay, paano yun? Maximum steel ratio. Kailangan lang yung Romax mo, yung may AS ka na maximum, i-divide mo lang by BD. Paano mo ma-maximize yung AS? I-maximize mo yung C. Okay. Yung C mo dito, naka-maximum. So, from stress diagram, yung A mo, gamit mo dyan yung C-max. Okay. Ang mas solve mo dun na AS is AS max. Magawin natin class, no? Yung C natin dito, solve natin yung AS, pero gagawin natin siyang AS max. So, ito yung C natin, 3 over 8. Yung C max na. Derived to from strain na 0.005. Okay. Ito yung C max natin, 146.25. Okay. Diba, nakalimutan mo yung steel ratio na dinerive natin. No? So, store natin yun dyan. Tapos, gawin natin beta C. Okay, A na to. A. Yeah. Tapos, solve natin yung AS. 0.85 FC prime. Ito, solve natin ito. Equate natin to. C is equal to T. 0.85 FC prime. AB. A times B, 250. Okay, is equal to AS FY. AS, then FY na 415. Masosolve si AS. Tapos, itong AS na to is actually AS max. Ibig sabihin na ito, class, ito yung pinakamataas na area ng steel na pag lumampas ka dyan sa area na yan, dapat mo na siyang i-doble. Okay, ngayon, gagawin natin siyang Romax. So, paano magiging Romax yan? Alpha D over, divide lang natin ng BWT. Kasi AS over BD, di ba? B natin, and D is 390. Ito na yung Romax. Okay, Romax na to. Di ba? Hindi natin kailangan kabisaduhin yung formula ng mga dinerive dito, ha. Okay, compare natin, no? Kung gagamitin natin yung formula na to, yung dinerive na Romax, same kaya yung sagot? Okay, same kaya yung magiging sagot natin? Yan. So, Romax 0.018. Check natin, guys. 3 over 8 ng 0.85. Yung beta natin, 0.85 din, di ba, sa problem. FC prime 28, FY 415 times DT over D. Since one layer lang yan, class, parehas lang yung value ng D tsaka DT. Ayan, no? 0.018. Kahit di mo siya kabisado, basta alam mo yung stress strain diagram, ha? Okay, alam mo yung, ayan, no? Parehas na parehas, minus natin. Walang difference yan. Okay. Kahit makalimutan mo siya. Sir, pag tinanong, what is the balance steel ratio? Eh, nakalimutan ko yung formula eh, na ginagawa lang to. Lagay mo lang siya FY, di ba? Ito AY. What is the balance steel ratio? Ganun pa rin. Yung, yung, yung strain mo galing dito sa strain diagram. Okay. Gawin mo siyang 0. EY. Yung 80 mo, gawin mong EY. Masosolve mo si C. Pag solve mo si C, masolve mo si A. Okay, pagka-solve mo kay A, solve mo si AS. Divide mo na lang sa BD. Balance steel ratio na yun. Kahit hindi nyo kabisaduhin yung mga dinerive nating formula kanina. For ano lang yun for alternative solution. Mas mabilis kasi kung kabisado mo yung formula. Halimbawa, tinanong, determine the maximum steel ratio. Kung kabisado mo siya, edi mabilis lang i-solve.